Haikyuu has officially ended. I'm making this to talk about my feelings about the series, the good and bad, and some spoiler type things. That's your warning, so if you want to leave, leave now. Haikyuu has been an ongoing series since its serialization in the Weekly Shonen Jump magazine in 2012 until now. Only 2 years later, in 2014, Haikyuu would receive an anime adaptation. I wasn't a manga reader or anime watcher at the time the anime released. I did know of anime like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and the popular ones in the West because I've seen them on television, but I never bothered to get into it. During the runtime of Haikyuu in 2014, I was a year into playing volleyball and heard of the series through one of my cousins. I decided to watch it and it kind of inspired me, and till this day still does. It's been a big part of my life and of my time playing volleyball. It's one of my favorite series and has always made me continue to love the sport of volleyball. I have respect for Furudate for doing his research on volleyball and making it realistic. In the beginning, it felt like a stereotypical fiction sports anime. Hinata hitting with his eyes closed, Kageyama setting Hinata perfectly nearly every time, and how simple everything was. But as the series continued, there were many plays introduced and even some moments that felt as if it could happen in real life. The realism of Haikyuu is what made me enjoy it so much. I could visualize it and think about how it can be utilized in a real game. I enjoyed everything about Haikyuu: volleyball, emotions, characters, training, and growth. I loved every arc and seeing Karasuno grow into a strong team and becoming stronger individuals. I even enjoyed the side teams like Fukurodani, Nekoma, and Inarizaki. Seeing them play volleyball was fun and exciting. I think everything was perfect up until the final arc. The final arc isn't bad, but it's kind of disappointing to me. The final arc shows that not everyone who played volleyball in high school, despite their skills, did not want to pursue it as a career. It's very similar to real life. Some people might just want to do something else in their life. A good example of someone who was very good but chose not to continue with volleyball is Hirugami from Kamomedai. During a flashback, he said, "Even if I make a mistake, I won't die." And he uses this later when he explains to Kodai why he's not going to play volleyball anymore. Paraphrased, he says something like, "I won't die, but other people might die." So he ends up becoming a veterinary student. Besides growing up, we see all sorts of other players from high school playing together. Bokuro, Sakusa, and Atsumu Miya play with Hinata, while Kageyama, Ushijima, and Kodai are playing with each other. And it's insane to see Hinata and Kageyama play on an international stage at the Olympics. But at what cost? The cost is development during high school and an expanding cast of new characters. We're told what happens rather than seeing what happens. That's inferring, but I don't really like that. Experiencing the story could have played out differently, maybe Karasuno winning in their second or third year. Instead, they only get close and never win. It would have been great to see how they could have improved their playstyle with new team members and how Hinata could use the younger members to grow himself. Maybe he could have been competing for a spot to show the different dynamics of him and the new members. There's so many things that could have happened to better the story that just didn't happen. It's disappointing to see such an amazing series, a great story, not continue on a little longer. Maybe Furudate just wanted to be done with Haikyuu and move on to something else, and that's fine. I just wish to have experienced something even grander. Haikyuu, despite its slight ending flaw, is still spectacular. The ending arc doesn't change too much about what made Haikyuu so great in the first place. No matter the cost, it still holds a special place in my heart, forever. Thanks for watching me talk about Haikyuu. If you like, I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed. It would mean so much for me. I love you guys. Peace.